We're all looking for that magic bullet, aren't we? That one simple change that could turn back the clock or guarantee a healthier future. But what if the real magic wasn't a pill or a drastic diet, but instead, a series of tiny, almost imperceptible shifts in your daily plate? Imagine swapping out one common ingredient for another, and through that small decision, significantly reducing your risk of heart disease, lowering your blood pressure, or even adding robust years to your life, especially after 50. It sounds too simple, but research consistently shows that cumulative small changes can create profound impacts on our cardiovascular health. We're not talking about overhauling your entire lifestyle, but rather 9 gentle nudges that pave the way for a stronger, healthier heart. Let's count down 9 small food swaps that add years to your heart health after 50. Starting with number 9. 9. Swap white rice for brown rice or quinoa***. Think about your dinner plate tonight. Is it piled high with fluffy white rice? For many, it's a staple, a comfort food. But what if that familiar grain is quietly contributing to a less resilient heart? Research suggests that regularly consuming refined grains, like white rice, is associated with a higher risk of heart disease. The swap here is simple: opt for brown rice or quinoa. The mechanism is all about fiber. White rice is stripped of its bran and germ, which are where most of the fiber and nutrients reside. Brown rice, on the other hand, is a whole grain packed with dietary fiber. A large observational study involving over 30,000 adults found that individuals who consumed more whole grains had a lower risk of heart disease. Fiber helps lower cholesterol by binding to it in the digestive tract and carrying it out of the body. It also helps stabilize blood sugar, which is crucial for preventing damage to blood vessels over time. Quinoa, another excellent alternative, goes even further, offering a complete protein profile alongside its fiber content. To make this swap, start small. Try replacing white rice with brown rice in just one meal a week, then gradually increase. You might find you enjoy the nuttier flavor and chewier texture. A half-cup serving of cooked brown rice provides about 2 grams of fiber, compared to less than 1 gram in white rice. This simple switch can contribute to a significant increase in your daily fiber intake, benefiting not only your heart but also your digestive health. Remember, this isn't about eliminating white rice entirely, but about making a more heart-healthy choice more often. Moving on to number 8, another simple change with big potential. 8. Swap sugary drinks for water or unsweetened tea***. Consider the hidden sugars in your daily routine. That can of soda with lunch, the sweetened coffee you grab on the way to work, or the fruit juice that seems healthy but is often loaded with added sugar. These sugary drinks are silent contributors to cardiovascular strain, especially as we age. The swap? Reach for water or unsweetened tea. The mechanism here is direct. Excess sugar consumption is a significant driver of inflammation, weight gain, and insulin resistance, all of which are detrimental to heart health. Our bodies process added sugars differently than naturally occurring sugars in whole fruits. When you drink a sugary beverage, your liver is flooded with fructose, which it converts into fat, leading to increased triglycerides and potentially fatty liver disease, both risk factors for heart disease. A study published in Circulation found that people who regularly drank sugary beverages had a 20% higher risk of heart disease compared to those who rarely consumed them. Making this swap is about breaking a habit. Keep a water bottle handy and refill it throughout the day. Experiment with unsweetened herbal teas, hot or cold, for flavor without the sugar. Even infusing water with slices of cucumber, lemon, or berries can make it more appealing. Just 2 glasses of water instead of 2 sugary drinks a day could eliminate hundreds of calories and grams of sugar from your diet, easing the burden on your heart and helping maintain a healthy weight. This small change really adds up over time. Next up, number 7, focusing on a popular spread. 7. Swap butter for avocado oil or olive oil ***. Butter often features prominently in our cooking and on our toast. While it has its place, its high saturated fat content can be a concern for heart health, particularly after 50 when our bodies become less efficient at processing certain fats. The swap is to replace butter with healthier fats like avocado oil or extra virgin olive oil. The mechanism lies in the type of fats. Butter is rich in saturated fat, which has been shown to raise LDL, or bad cholesterol levels, a primary risk factor for atherosclerosis and heart disease. Avocado oil and olive oil, conversely, are rich in monounsaturated fats. These fats are known to help lower LDL cholesterol while potentially increasing HDL, or good cholesterol, which helps carry cholesterol away from the arteries. A meta-analysis of studies showed that replacing saturated fats with unsaturated fats significantly reduced the risk of cardiovascular events. When cooking, use olive oil for sautéing or in salad dressings, and avocado oil, with its higher smoke point, for roasting or high-heat cooking. For spreading, try mashing a quarter of an avocado onto your toast instead of butter, or a drizzle of good quality olive oil. A tablespoon of olive oil contains about 10 grams of monounsaturated fat, a much healthier profile than the 7 grams of saturated fat in a tablespoon of butter. This adjustment shifts your fat intake towards protective rather than harmful types, supporting the long-term health of your arteries. Let's look at number 6, a protein-packed switch. 6. Swap red meat for fatty fish, like salmon or mackerel, ****. Many of us grew up with red meat as a centerpiece of our meals. While lean red meat in moderation can be part of a healthy diet, frequent consumption, especially of processed red meats, has been linked to increased heart disease risk. The swap? Incorporate more fatty fish into your diet. The mechanism is multifaceted. Red meat, particularly processed varieties, can be high in saturated fat and sodium, and some studies suggest other compounds formed during high-heat cooking may also contribute to heart disease risk. Fatty fish, on the other hand, are powerhouses of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. These essential fats are known for their anti-inflammatory properties, their ability to lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and improve endothelial function, which is crucial for healthy blood vessels. Research by the American Heart Association recommends eating fish, particularly fatty fish, at least 2 times a week to help reduce the risk of heart disease. Try replacing 1 or 2 red meat meals a week with a serving of salmon, mackerel, sardines, or trout. A 3-ounce serving of salmon can provide over 1.5 grams of omega-3s. These fish are delicious grilled, baked, or pan-seared. Not only will you be reducing your intake of potentially harmful compounds, but you'll be actively nourishing your heart with beneficial omega-3s, which are especially important for brain health as we age, too. This isn't about complete abstinence from red meat, but about a healthier balance. We're halfway through our list. Here's number 5, tackling a common snack food. 5. Swap potato chips for nuts or seeds ****. When you reach for a snack, what's your go-to? For many, it's a bag of crispy, salty potato chips. Delicious as they are, potato chips are often high in sodium, unhealthy fats, and refined carbohydrates, a triple threat to heart health. The swap? A handful of nuts or seeds. The mechanism is about trading empty calories and detrimental ingredients for nutrient density. Potato chips offer little in the way of fiber, protein, or healthy fats, and their high sodium content can contribute to elevated blood pressure. Nuts and seeds, however, are packed with healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, fiber, plant protein, vitamins, and minerals like magnesium and potassium, which are vital for heart function. An extensive review of studies found that regular nut consumption was associated with a 29% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. Keep a small bag of unsalted almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, or flax seeds readily available. A small handful, about a quarter cup, can satisfy your craving for crunch and provide sustained energy without the blood sugar spike. Walnuts, specifically, are a good source of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3. Sprinkle seeds on your yogurt, salads, or oatmeal. This simple switch provides a wealth of heart-protective nutrients and helps keep hunger at bay more effectively than a bag of chips. Up next, number 4, rethinking our dairy choices. 4. Swap full-fat dairy for low-fat or plant-based alternatives ****. Dairy products can be a good source of calcium and protein, but full-fat options contribute significantly to saturated fat intake, which, as we discussed, can raise LDL cholesterol. The swap? Opt for low-fat dairy or explore plant-based alternatives. The mechanism here is reducing saturated fat. While recent research has nuanced our understanding of dairy fats, for many individuals, particularly those at higher risk for heart disease, reducing saturated fat intake remains a prudent strategy. Low-fat milk, yogurt, and cheese offer similar nutritional benefits in terms of calcium and protein with significantly less saturated fat. Plant-based alternatives like unsweetened almond milk, soy milk, or oat milk are naturally lower in saturated fat and often fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Making this change means choosing skim or 1% milk instead of whole milk, Greek yogurt instead of full-fat versions, and opting for plant-based milks in your coffee or cereal. Check labels for added sugars in plant-based milks, choosing unsweetened varieties. For example, a cup of whole milk contains about 4.5 grams of saturated fat, while a cup of skim milk has virtually none. This switch can subtly yet effectively reduce your daily saturated fat intake, contributing to healthier cholesterol levels over time. Now for number 3, tackling a breakfast staple. 3. Swap sweetened cereal for oatmeal, steel-cut or rolled oats, ****. Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day, but many popular breakfast cereals are essentially desserts in a box, loaded with added sugars and refined grains. Starting your day this way can set you up for blood sugar spikes and energy crashes, not ideal for heart health. The swap? A bowl of wholesome oatmeal. The mechanism is primarily about fiber, specifically soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Sweetened cereals offer minimal fiber and often a high glycemic load, meaning they cause a rapid rise in blood sugar. Oatmeal, particularly steel-cut or rolled oats, is an excellent source of soluble fiber. This fiber dissolves in water to form a gel-like substance in the gut, which can help lower LDL cholesterol by reducing its absorption. It also slows down glucose absorption, leading to more stable blood sugar levels and better satiety. A comprehensive review by nutrition researchers concluded that daily consumption of oats is associated with significantly reduced total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol. Making this swap is simple. Choose plain, unsweetened steel-cut or rolled oats. Avoid instant oatmeal packets that often contain added sugars and artificial flavors. Prepare your oatmeal with water or unsweetened plant milk and enhance it with fresh berries, a sprinkle of nuts or seeds, and a dash of cinnamon. A half-cup serving of dry rolled oats provides about 4 grams of fiber, with a significant portion being heart-healthy soluble fiber. This swap provides a sustained energy release, helps manage weight, and actively contributes to lowering your cholesterol. Coming in at number 2, a flavorful upgrade. 2. Swap table salt for herbs and spices ****. Salt is a universal flavor enhancer, but excessive sodium intake is a major contributor to high blood pressure, or hypertension, a leading risk factor for heart disease and stroke. The swap? Reach for a wider array of herbs and spices to flavor your food. The mechanism is direct, reducing sodium intake. The typical Western diet often far exceeds recommended sodium levels, largely due to processed foods and restaurant meals, but also from liberal use of table salt at home. High sodium intake causes the body to retain water, increasing blood volume and putting extra strain on blood vessel walls, leading to elevated blood pressure. Herbs and spices, on the other hand, provide flavor without the sodium, and many even offer their own health benefits, rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. Studies suggest that reducing sodium intake can significantly lower blood pressure, especially in individuals over 50. To implement this, gradually reduce the amount of salt you add to your cooking and at the table. Instead, experiment with different flavor combinations: garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, smoked paprika, turmeric, cumin, oregano, basil, rosemary, and thyme. Fresh herbs like cilantro and parsley can add vibrant flavor. Even a simple squeeze of lemon or lime juice can brighten a dish. This isn't about bland food, it's about expanding your palate and discovering new, heart-healthier ways to season your meals. Your taste buds will adapt, and your heart will thank you. And now, the number one small food swap that can add years to your heart health after 50. This one is often overlooked but profoundly impactful. 1. Swap highly processed snacks for whole fruits and vegetables. Think about the convenience foods that fill your pantry: cookies, crackers, snack bars, microwave meals. These highly processed items are often engineered to be hyperpalatable, but they typically come with a hefty dose of refined sugars, unhealthy fats, sodium, and artificial ingredients, while being stripped of essential nutrients. The ultimate swap? Replace these items with whole, unprocessed fruits and vegetables. The mechanism is about prioritizing nutrient density and fiber. Highly processed snacks offer little nutritional value and can contribute to chronic inflammation, weight gain, and insulin resistance, all pathways to heart disease. Fruits and vegetables, conversely, are rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and a vast array of phytonutrients and antioxidants. These compounds work synergistically to protect your heart. Fiber helps lower cholesterol, antioxidants combat oxidative stress that damages blood vessels, and potassium, abundant in many fruits and vegetables, helps balance sodium and regulate blood pressure. A large observational study involving nearly 450,000 adults found that higher intake of fruits and vegetables was significantly associated with a lower risk of major cardiovascular disease. Make this swap a habit by keeping a bowl of fresh fruit on your counter and pre-chopped vegetables in your fridge for easy snacking. Instead of a cookie, grab an apple or a handful of berries. Instead of crackers, munch on carrot sticks, bell pepper strips, or cucumber slices. These small, deliberate choices accumulate over time, building a robust defense for your cardiovascular system. This is perhaps the most fundamental and impactful change you can make, as it addresses multiple facets of heart health simultaneously. Making these 9 small food swaps isn't about deprivation or a radical diet overhaul. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and making conscious, gentle choices that collectively build incredible resilience for your heart as you age. Every bite is an opportunity to nourish your body and protect your future. Remember, the information shared here is for general educational purposes and should not be considered